Hello, welcome back. Today, we're going to learn how to add and subtract integers. So the first part of the video, we're going to learn how to add integers. Okay. Most students are comfortable with adding or subtracting positive numbers, but doing addition or subtraction with both positive and negative numbers may be a little bit more challenging. Right? So let me introduce you manipulative mathematics. Doing the manipulative mathematics activities, addition of sign numbers will help you develop a better understanding of adding integers. So I'm going to use two colors, two color counters to model addition and subtraction of negatives so that you can visualize the procedure instead of memorizing the rule. Okay. So I'm going to let one color, blue, represent positive, and the other color in red will represent the negative. If we have one positive counter and one negative counter, the value of the pair is 0. They form a neutral pair. Okay, so we have two color, blue represent positive, red represent negative. If we have a pair, red and blue together, the sum is 0, right? So they form a neutral pair. The value of this neutral pair is 0. Okay, for example, if you take a look at this illustration here, I have a blue ball and then a red ball, one blue ball and one red ball. So that means 1 plus minus 1 is equal to 0. We're going to use the counter to show how to add the 4 addition fact using the number 5, -5, 3, and -3. So the first pair I have 5 plus 3. Well, that's simple, right? Everybody know how to add 5 plus 3. But let me explain a little bit more. To add 5 plus 3, we realize that 5 plus 3 means the sum of 5 and 3. Okay? So we start with 5 positive. So we have 5 positive balls, and then we add 3 positives. So now we have 8 positive. So the sum of 5 and 3 is 8. Now, we will add -5 plus -3. Let me show you where I'm going. Now we're going to add -5 plus -3. Watch for the similarity to the last example, 5 plus 3 equal 8. To add -5 plus -3, we realize this means the sum of -5 and -3. We start with 5 negatives in the red color there, and then we add 3 negatives. Now we have 8 red ball, which is 8 negatives, right? So the sum of -5 and -3 is -8. In what ways were these first two examples similar? Well, the first example, we add 5 positive and 3 positive, and they both positive. Right? And the second example, we add 5 positive and 3 negatives, and they both negative. So in each case, we got either 8 positive or 8 negative. So when the signs were the same, the counters, so when the sign were the same, the counters were all the same color. So we added them. Let's do an example. Let's do an example. For example, I have 1 plus 4 here, 1 plus 4. So I have 1 blue ball plus another 4 blue ball, which is total of 5, right? So this is 1 plus 4, which is equal to 5. 5. Example B, I'm going to add -1 to -4. So remember, we represent negative in red. So I have 1 red ball, and then I'm added to another 4 red ball. So how many red balls we have in total? 5. Right? So in mathematical equation, is -1 plus -4 is equal to -5. Okay. Maybe you want to try it yourself. Pause the video a little bit and try it yourself. All right, I have 2 plus 4. So example A, 2 plus 4, label positive, which is 6. Example B, I have -2 plus -4. Maybe I don't need I put the parenthesis around the -2. That's okay. Just a habit. You don't have to. So I have 2 negative balls, add another 4 negative balls, which is total of 6, right? So I have 6 red ball, which is -6. Box my answer. So that's how we add the numbers with the same signs. Right? Positive plus positive is positive, but a negative number plus a negative number will be a negative sum. So what happened when the sides are different? Let's add -5 plus 3. We realize this means the sum of -5 and 3. So let me show you what I'm talking about. When the counter was the same color, we put them in the row. But when the counters are different color, we line them up under each other. Okay. So for example, I have -5 plus 3 means the sum of -5 and 3. Okay. So I'm going to start with 5 negatives. I'm going to start with 5 red balls. And then I'm going to add 3 positives. So I'm going to put 3 blue balls under the 5 red balls. Remember, the pair that have red and blue, they form a neutral pair, right? That means the sum is 0. So I'm going to remove any neutral pairs there. We have 3 neutral pairs. I'm going to remove it. What is left? Well, what's left is we have 2 negatives left. We have 2 negative left. So that means the sum of -5 and 3 is -2. So -5 plus 3 equal -2. Notice that there were more negatives than positives, so the result was negative. Right? Let's now add the last combination, 5 plus -3. Again, I'm going to start with 5 positives. And then under the 5 positive, I'm going to add the three negatives in red. We're going to remove the neutral pairs. So what's left is the 2 positives. So that means the sum of 5 and -3 is 2. So here is a little conclusion. If you have more negative, then the sum is negative. Maybe I'll highlight it in red. If you have more, oh, too dark. If you have more negatives, then the sum is negative. If you have more positives, then the sum is positive. All right, let's take a look at this example. I have -1 plus 5. So I have 1 red ball on the top, and then I have 5 blue ball on the bottom. Remove the neutral pairs. I got 4 positive ball left, right? So that means -1 plus 5 is equal to +4. +4. Example B, I'm going to add 1 plus -5. So 1 is positive, so it's present in blue, and then -5 is negative, present in red. Remove the neutral pair. I have 4 red ball left, which is 4 negatives. So that means 1 plus -5, the sum of 1 and -5 is equal to -4. They're more negative, so the sum is negative. Okay. All right, let's pause the video a little bit and try this one on your own.